we gon' run it. Hit the field, blast off, watch them all fall. This is AFC North talk. Got me hype, it's about to be a touchdown. Got the Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, and the Browns. Are you listening? It's time to get it hype. Tune in when the season poppin'. Yeah, we going live. Hey, knock 'em out. Ay, first down, going hard. Yes, indeed. AFC North talk. Let's go. Hey, AFC North talk.
Welcome to another edition of AFC North Talk. Here we are. It's the Jared Bailey. That is
it's the Halloween edition.
Yeah, it's the last show before Halloween, so
that is true.
Gotta get Michael as part of the show,
and that's the reason why also we're here today, back so y'all can enjoy Halloween with your family, kids, or partying hard in your nearest college. I don't know, whatever you do, just be safe. Poll is out there. Shout out to everybody watching the live stream. Shout out to the people that are gonna be watching this recording video. Make sure you put who wins. There's a game today. Ravens are back at it. Lamar Jackson's back. I was trying to figure out. Look, kind of crazy. No, I didn't see any injury designations for the people. You know, we lost Nnamdi Madubuike. He's out. And a couple of people have been out, but nobody that was questionable. They were all full participant in the last practice. It's probably the healthiest this team has been in a minute. It is a Thursday night. It is on the road.
It's on the road.
Yeah, those things usually are not great for anybody. This is not the Ravens. This is not great for anybody. I do think the Ravens are uber focused. I do think the Ravens are Lamar Jackson. The question is he too hyped for this game, right? Could be. You know, sometimes that happens. You're jittery to get it started. But they know this is a game that they need to have, like next game, like all the games from now on, unless the Steelers keep losing. And if the next 3 weeks the Steelers lose and they win the next 3 weeks, then you have a little bit of a wiggle room here. Same with the Bengals if they lose a couple and the Ravens win. But as of right now, you're third, and you're still 2-5. And as I was talking to Q earlier, this might be the year we send a sub 500 team to represent the North in the playoffs. And this, how we're all looking here. Look, what I'm expecting, we know they cannot put pressure with 4 or 5, but they were blitzing with Kyle and get after Tua. Because Tua with pressure is not great. And he's not taller, so, you know, you need to get to Tua. Even if it's not a sack, but you need to force in the bad throw. And then the other guy, you might think Waddle. Well, you have to watch Waddle, but definitely you cannot have Achane here going crazy, right? Achane needs to be bottled to, 60, 70 yards. I don't know. Whatever around that, because if they feed him 20 times and you put him to 70 yards, you know what? For me, that's a good day in the day, especially with no touchdowns. That's what you need to do defensively, pressure to, even if there's no sacks, and then don't let Achane go crazy. On the other side, on the flip side, offensively, I want to see pre-Lamar. We were scoring 30-some points per game. Can we go back to that, right? We need to score 40, 50. Can we go back to what we score against the Chiefs, Lions, and Bills? If we can do that, I think they have a chance to win. I think they have a good chance to win because Miami, even though last week they had a really strong game, they scored 20-something points, you still will average more than that. So that's what I would like. Lamar, turnover-free game. Ravens in general, no fumbles, turnover-free game. I think if we go turnover-free game and on defense, you are solid, I think we win. -7.5 is rich. That's, I think, more than Baltimore. That's an indictment on Miami because a Thursday night at home for Miami being a +7.5. It's kind of crazy because we've seen bad teams win a Thursday night at home. But I think the Ravens win. I'm gonna give it by a touchdown. I'm gonna go 30-23. Be more, Mr. Jarrett.
This could either go one of two ways. Baltimore will win convincingly, or it'll be a very stupid bullshit Thursday night game where Miami somehow pulls off a miracle upset. To catch 22 for me because obviously I want the Ravens to lose, but damn, do I hate the Dolphins. So this is very much
to a stand specifically.
Yeah. I can't listen to these bums for another week. Taking victory
To
laps,
a baby,
dude.
Right.
You know how many people added me as their team is 2-6 because Tua threw 4 touchdowns last week? I was like, okay, bud, yeah, sure.
23 or 25 to a science, baby.
That's so stupid. I think Baltimore wins. I'm paying attention mostly just to props in this game. I took Keaton Mitchell to run for 30 or more yards at plus like 300. So that felt pretty good to me.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that happens. Yeah, they're just better than the Dolphins in every facet. Their quarterback's better. Their playmakers are better. Even somehow defensively, in terms of personnel, Baltimore's much better. Obviously, production this year hasn't been great, but the Dolphins are just bad all over the field. They beat the Falcons this past Sunday, and it means absolutely nothing. The Falcons aren't a team that you got to care about throughout the rest of the season. That win means precisely zero. The Ravens will win tonight and begin their quest and inevitable takeover of the AFC North when the Steelers continue to collapse and Baltimore takes over the division. So that'll start tonight. Congratulations again in advance to the Ravens for overcoming a 1-5 start. I've got to listen to it all year. I'm preparing myself for it. I'm already preparing myself for it.
It's crazy for me that in week 9, after we started 1-5, you're basically conceding this division.
Seen this movie before, Bob.
But not this early. This is like early.
Because me and Sonny had this conversation earlier, and I'm wondering what your opinion. Would this be the first time where like the shots on Tomlin actually stick more than usual if you start 1-4, or if you let the Ravens hawk you down from 4 or 5 games back?
Do you mean like
this
from the GM and ownership?
Yeah, this would be the first time that people will be like, hey, it's not just like Rich Eisen can't easily dismiss why people want to fire Mike Tomlin, because that's real. That's going to stick,
Yeah, because like in years past, like people could point to, well, they won games with Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, and got to the postseason. Nobody expected them to get there. So like that was kind of something that they could fall back on. But yeah, I do think that like, dude, if you're 4-1 and the Ravens start 1-5 and you can't hold on to that and win the division, that's like, there's no defending that. So
yeah, it's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do think Baltimore wins tonight. I think Lamar looks pretty good in return. It's a really nice get right game to play the Dolphins, albeit on a Thursday night, and it's a short week on the road. I get that. So like I said, there could be some goofy Thursday night stuff that happens. Even if it starts off a little bit close, I think in the second half, they'll pull away, they'll win, and do so convincingly. I'm hoping all my props hit. That's really what I'm looking for tonight. If Baltimore for some reason loses this after like staying alive, if they would have gone to 1-6, I don't care what the rest of their season would have looked like. I just don't think that they could have overcome it. That's just far too hard. But if you get to 3-5, then they're feeling pretty good, especially if Pittsburgh loses to Indianapolis. Then just like that, they're only a game behind. So they'll be able to keep the pace. So I think they win tonight. I think it's pretty convincing. I don't think the result's ever like really in doubt. So I think Baltimore wins tonight by, 10.
Ace.
Yeah, I think the only thing that makes this interesting is the Ravens' recent history against Miami. The Ravens have like a 4-6 record against Miami when they play at Miami. So I think that's one of the reasons, if something like you're saying, I don't know if I would take them to win by 7+ points in this game, because for some reason Miami knows how to play them, and you would think with Lamar Jackson playing in Miami that it would be, the exact opposite. You would think Lamar would be dominating them at home, but I think that he comes out tonight and does bounce back in a dominating fashion. And I think the biggest thing that I was a critic of for Miami was that, well, not Miami, but for Baltimore, was that defense, right? Yeah. Defense bounced back. This is another opportunity for them to stack another good performance. I don't trust Tua against this defense. I think the Ravens defense is once again going to help them get this one out here. It's going to be interesting to see like how Lamar plays this game coming off the hamstring injury. Is he going to run that much? Is it going to be any kind of signs of rust? Or are they just going to come out and put up 30 really quickly in this game. So I think that's what I'll be paying attention to. It is a short week, but obviously Lamar thought that he was good enough to go last week. Now he gets that extra rest, and it actually kind of worked out for him because they won. And then you also get the other aspect of Lamar getting some extra rest on that hamstring and not, risking it, because those hamstring injuries can be tricky. I remember pulling mine in high school for track. Sometimes when you think that you're good, you probably want to wait until the next game after that to come back. So we'll see how they handle this, but I expect the Ravens to win this game.
Yeah, and the other thing, going to your point, Ace, you get the game today, and then you get an extended period between the next two, right? Because it's 10 days.
Right.
And so
you get that mini bye. You kind of get that extended little mini bye. Yeah.
Cute.
Ooh, are we gonna get the special? Like, I'm trying to not run that much Lamar Jackson, because that could be a recipe for something interesting, right? Because sometimes when Lamar's dead set and just not running, we know he can throw the ball. He's a 4,000-yard passer. He had an incredible touchdown interception ratio and all of that. But sometimes Lamar can make his mind up, and his own stubbornness can be a problem for him. We'll see. I mean, look, this is Baltimore's game to win. Now, it is Thursday night on the road, so it's not going to be a layup, right? That is always a difficult thing to deal with. But, this is Baltimore's game to win. If they don't win this game, they're going to end it with nothing to blame but themselves. We're not going to talk about how Miami's a better football team than them. Tua's not a better quarterback. They might even have the edge at wide receiver, oddly enough, because is just Jalen Waddle there?
Jalen Waddle, Malik Washington.
So Jalen Waddle there.
I was trying to think of other Dolphins receivers. That's the only one I can really think of.
I remember the Browns played him. I didn't even remember Jalen Waddle was on the team when he played the Browns. It's just, they don't really have much there. You should be able to, John Harbaugh should be able to outmaneuver Nerd Boy, right? This is Zach Orr should be able to handle his responsibilities. You have more than enough to stop what they have. The only way the Baltimore Ravens lose this game is if they get in their own way, which I think is not without the realm of question this week, right? The Baltimore Ravens are a team that have gotten in their own way more than a few times in the past. Now, is this one of the games where they do it? Miami, maybe. I think this is going to be shaky. I think this is going to be a loss that you're going to be not a loss, a win that Baltimore is going to be not too thrilled with, right? They're going to sneak by with this one because maybe Tua shits the bed at the end of the game, which we've seen that happen so many times. Miami has their own problems.
We saw it happen on another Thursday night already earlier this season. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so amazing too. We remember how people were talking about Tua when he popped onto the scene, and then what they did to Jalen Hurts, and now what the conversation is about both of them.
I never understood it. Really, really never did.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, but hey, that's how it goes. But yeah, with Tua, I expect them to, even if they're handed a victory by Baltimore, they're going to fuck it up. And that's going to be kind of what we come back talking about. Is man, Baltimore really didn't take care of business the way you wanted it to. They let Miami hang in there. So I think this is going to be a game where it sticks to 3-9. One of them games where it sticks 3-9 for 2-3 quarters. And then eventually Miami just gives them the ball enough to where it's all right, man, they make a big mistake, or Baltimore gets a big touchdown, and then it becomes it looks like a blowout at the end, but it's going to feel close for 3 quarters or 2.5 quarters, right? We're going to, it's not going to be an
for my over bet.
Basically, Jared, it's going to be what the Browns do every Sunday. How the Browns keep that shit 3-9, for 3 quarters, and then it's going to be that game. That's going to be what happens tonight. I'm pretty confident.
I'm going to need this to be at least a 23-20 game, because I went alt over just to as part of a parlay, just to have something else to throw in there. So I need at least some points.
Risky with Thursday night football games, bro. They are weird.
Hey, Bengals Steelers put up over 60. So if I can get 40.
Yeah, it's either that or you get something where it's 3-9. It's either shootout or 3-9.
The other question here for this game.
Jared is not betting this Thursday night game because he knows it's easy, Ace. He's betting it because he needs that shit in his veins.
The Dolphins are 28th against the run. averaging
I'm
145.
saying Keaton Mitchell, 30 yards. Come on.
Keaton,
See,
Keaton and
it's the adrenaline of everybody thinking you're wrong on the bet and then you winning. That's what he's going for.
I gotta tell you, I didn't have the best day on Sunday, and then Monday night I made over 700, and we felt very good. So it is a thrill. I'll say that.
It's nice to know that the Steelers' position is always going to be maintained by a gambler. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
the
biggest
Yins
gambler.
are producing gamblers.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the funniest thing in the world. Like my girlfriend will fall asleep on the couch, and I'm like quietly like celebrating a bet hitting. And I gotta wake her up after the game's done. She'll be like, "Did you win anything?" You're like, yeah, I did. I absolutely
One time we
did.
caught Tony celebrating Maction while we were recording the fucking show.
That's pure degeneratism. That I like. There's a line.
We're like, what happened?
Preseason
Over.
games is crazy too.
I gotta
Preseason
say,
game.
We went to Tony's crib and he had 2 TVs in the living room. I'm like, oh, he got
Yeah.
bet
That's how it
MGM in the
goes.
crib.
Yeah.
Okay,
betting on like Bowling Green in Miami of Ohio on a Tuesday night, that's degeneratism. But I will say, one of my good friends, Ben Raven, who covers the Detroit Lions for M Live, one of my very good friends in the business, he'll send me like screenshots throughout the year of like a 3-leg Maction parlay that hits, and it cracks me up every time. You're like, wow, anytime you send me that, I feel like my Sunday, Thursday, and Monday bets are I feel much more grounded than you, who are sweating out Bowling Green State against Ohio.
Depending on where somebody, like if you're a beat reporter, you probably can't be like betting, right? Like,
right.
But you got to get it in with the Maction. Hey, look, I've seen people. I mean, shout out to Tony. He used to bet them over unders on that Hall of Fame game. He's like, we back, baby.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh no, Hall of Fame game, I do it as well. That's fair.
Week 0,
Let's
North
take it
Dakota
back.
State versus Liberty. Yeah, he's betting that.
I don't know nearly enough about college football to bet on it to begin with. I'm sure as hell not betting on Toledo and Miami of Ohio. I'm not doing that.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I mean, if it gives me something to do on a Saturday, then maybe.
No, it's a Tuesday though.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot.
On Tuesdays.
Now you're
why
opening the
is
door. Now you're opening the door.
Because
We
ESPN needs something live to put on Tuesdays in the fall, Jared. That's why it's on Tuesdays. You know what I mean?
so
Same reason Raw's on.
Fanvote has the Ravens 78-22.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that feels right.
Okay, so
We all have we all beaten the Miami Dolphins?
No, you guys haven't played them, right, Jared? Or have you?
No, they don't play them till week 15.
About the all right. So the Browns are the only team that's played the Dolphins this year?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Ben Riley here says, it seems like in terms of offense, when Flacco's healthy, we are number 2 behind Kansas City statistically. Our defense is 32. Thanos was right. The universe demands balance.
Yeah, they can score in bunches. Cincinnati can. That's for sure.
Where's special teams at 15th?
Wouldn't that be poetic?
16th. I want to know if I can do it with the brush. Hold on. Oh.
Somebody in the chat pointed out that Harold Fannin went to Bowling Green. That's fair. And look, dude, Ben Roethlisberger went to Miami of Ohio. Like there's plenty of good action players. I'm just not watching the games.
Dude, I watched Bowling Green beat Georgia Tech like 2 years ago. Now Georgia Tech's like number 7 in the country.
I know.
Completely unpredictable sport.
I feel like I've on Saturday, there's a ton of Clemson and Georgia Tech on my TV because I just turn it on ESPN, and that's usually the games I get for whatever reason is Georgia Tech / Clemson. So I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's probably why you don't watch
your area is probably fire right now, Q, because you live around the corner for them, right? For G Tech.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, let's be real though. Atlanta has Georgia Tech in it. It's
Okay.
Georgia. It's Georgia State. Yeah, it's everything. Look, the Falcons got the same color as the Georgia Bulldogs. That's not a mistake. They're not out there wearing Georgia Tech colors. They got like 3 blocks in the city that they hold down. And Georgia Tech fans games are really fun to go to. And they're affordable, but not when UGA in town. They play that shit at the Dome now. So I might actually try to go if the tickets are reasonable.
Okay. Well, now second game that the AFC North has is Bengals Bears. Ace, I know you guys are coming from a frustrating loss against the Jets.
Mhm.
The Bears fans will tell you they're coming from a frustrating loss against the Ravens because the Ravens have
Flacco on
no
the injury
Lamar.
report too.
He practiced today,
Practice
Okay.
today.
full participant.
All right.
When we play them, I think Flacco obviously is playing better than what Huntley played last week, right? No disrespect for Huntley, right? Offensively, the Bengals are in no better offensive spot. But the question here is purely defensively. Because as I was telling you before the stream, what the Ravens were able to do, they park Kyle Hamilton near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes he went man with a tight end or the running back. Sometimes he blitz. They didn't know what to do with Kyle Hamilton. Produce two what do you call I'm blanking the name. I told you this earlier. Two grounding penalties, one sack from Mike Green, and a pick. You have to put pressure on Caleb Williams. If not, if Caleb Williams has no pressure, then he can dissect it and they can win. On the other side, if you have pressure, that's not even sack. This is just pressure king day. If you put pressure on him, then he starts becoming antsy and he just chucks it. And that's where your boy Geno Stone can come here and get a pick or two. And then
Sonny,
offensively, yes.
appreciate you giving me that description. I'm about to start Caleb Williams this week. You said if he doesn't get pressured, he gonna cook.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
can
playing.
cook.
Is Trey back? Is Trey back this week, Ace?
No.
I'll trade in practice today.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
I mean, that's what we have seen. His good games are when there's no pressure. When there's a team that puts pressure on him, Caleb Williams is a completely different quarterback. So Ace, for me, that's the key. I think you guys are gonna put points. The Bears defense is very streaky, similar to the Steelers defense, where they're streaky that they can get a lot of turnovers. Okay, I can see them getting a pick on Flacco, but I also think the offense is gonna score. On the flip side, if you get out, like if Flacco throws a pick, can this defense hold them to threes? Forget about not letting them score. Can they hold them to threes? Bend, don't break, because your team is gonna score a touchdown. What do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, for me, I think it's great having Joe Flacco because they have absolutely zero chance of winning this game
With Brownie?
at quarterback. I mean, that's no secret. But we can talk about all of the Bengals scoring points with Flacco that we can talk about. But the real issue for me still, even this is something I brought up against the Ravens. Bears are a team that can score. Now, obviously, the Ravens held them in check, but they're still 15th in the league in points per game. They're still 12th in the league in yards per game. They're still 10th in the league in rushing yards per game. The Bengals just allowed 200 rushing yards, and now you got a guy in DeAndre Swift that can definitely make some moves happen there. And then they're 17th in passing yards per game. I mean, the Bengals are allowing the most points per game and yards per game in the NFL. That is not a recipe for success in this game. Yes, they're going to be able to score, but it sounds like so will the Chicago Bears. And I mean, I just watched Justin Fields last week look pretty solid against us. One of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league had a 65% completion percentage against us last week. It didn't look hard for him, and he didn't even have, any of his receivers there. That's without Garrett Wilson. That's with him throwing the running backs, RB2s and 3s at the position. So as it stands right now, man, the Bengals could lose this game. I'm not going to sit here and cap and be like, oh, well, just because we got Flacco, we're going to do it. Like, we just lost to the 0-7 Jets, and that defense looked horrible. And if they continue to look like that against the Bears with a really good play caller at head coach, they could lose this game. And so for me, like, unless I see something more from this defense in terms of generating an interception or getting to me, I don't even care about the interceptions. Just stop somebody. Just get a stop. Like Sonny's saying, just hold somebody to 3, because what I've seen from this defense without Trey Hendrickson, it's been awful. I mean, even with Trey Hendrickson, it's still bad. But without Trey Hendrickson and without turnovers, it is completely awful. I'm not confident going into this game. I can't sit here and look at this Bears game and say the Bengals are going to win it with full confidence. I'd be lying to you if I said that. I think that DeAndre Swift is going to be a problem. I think that some of the offensive weapons that they have over there, and I know that they're battling some injuries, right? And I think someone pointed that out on Bengals Twitter, and I had to retweet them and say, yeah, they're not get. He said something like, "Oh, the Bengals might get a break this week." I said they got a break last week. There was no Garrett Wilson out there, and it didn't matter. The running backs were tearing them up as their leading receivers. Like they play running back. They had more receivers. Their leading receivers last week were running backs.
Our Italian friend Isaiah Davis.
Isaiah Davis.
No, that's right.
Like, so for me, man, I've got to see what this defense looks like before I can definitively say that the Bengals are going to win this game. Yes, it's at home. So was the Jets game. To me, this is a must win. I mean, honestly, I felt like last week was a must win, but this is definitely a must win. This is a season changing game for the Bengals. If they lose this game, you're cooked. I think the season is pretty much over. I don't think that you're coming back from this. So we'll see what happens. I don't think I'm going to pick anybody. I think the Bears could win this game. I'm not confident enough to say that the Bengals are going to win it. So I think it could go either way.
Okay, Jarrett.
Yeah, the Bears are favored in this game by 2.5. That surprised me a little bit. Yeah,
wait, it's in Chicago, correct?
No, it's in Cincinnati.
It's in the Natty.
So that was surprising to me a little bit. But you know, if the Bengals can't get pressure, I mean, the last thing that you want to do against a Ben Johnson offense with his play calling, his play designs, is not be able to get to the quarterback. Let the receivers do and operate what Ben Johnson wants them to do. So that's my biggest worry for Cincinnati, is if they can't get pressure on Caleb, then what's that going to look like? It's going to allow time for Roma Dunze to operate downfield, going to allow time for maybe a little bit of Luther Burden to get involved. DeAndre Swift has been getting better over the last few weeks or so. So I'm interested to see what the run game looks like for the Bears as well. Yeah. I'll lean Cincinnati here, maybe. I'm very much not confident either way. I think that obviously the Bengals can score points in bunches. They can also allow points in bunches. And, you know, we've seen the Bears be opportunistic. You know, the game against Washington, they probably shouldn't have won that, but they took advantage of Washington's shortcomings and, you know, ended up winning that game, not necessarily because of the things that they did well, but because of the things that Washington did wrong and how the Bears defense was able to capitalize on it. So I'm leaning Bengals just because of the offensive output that we've seen over the last 2 weeks. Is that going to, you know, continue? Is that going to be something that lasts throughout the year? I mean, I wouldn't count on, you know, 35 points a game from anybody. So we'll see. Like I said, I'll lean Cincinnati, but, you know, everything that I just said in terms of the pressure and everything that Ace is saying, I might just talk myself into the Bears. It's one of those things where, like, I don't know if I can buy into Chicago. And with Cincinnati, like, at least I know what's there. I know that they'll be able to put up points. With the Bears, they seem very inconsistent when it comes to, you know, they won 4 games in a row and then they, you know, lose to a Tyler Huntley-led Baltimore team that they, you know, really could have solidified themselves. All right, 5 wins in a row. You put yourself in a real good spot in the playoff race. They, you know, missed an opportunity there. So, like I said, I'm going to lean Bengals, but I'm not confident.
Cute.
Yeah, I'm going to take Chicago here. I think Chicago's offense is going to be able to get off here. You know, the Bengals not being able to get pressure. I'm going for maximum comedy here because it would be funny if after weeks of Ace warning us that the Chicago offense was going to blow up and could be a threat to the Ravens, it actually is a threat to the Bengals. I think there would be some comedic value in that. But in all seriousness, it is the lack of pressure there, right? You give Caleb Williams time to cook and like dance around back there. That's where he could start to be dangerous, really attack downfield. And it's a question of like, hey, Joe Flacco is already starting to get that buildup of old man injuries to him. Is that going to start to affect his play slightly? You know, and that's all it's going to take to not win a game like this when your defense can't play at a high level. It's just a slight disruption to the function for Joe Flacco, because maybe that's not going to be a bad game from him, but it might be an interception, an untimely interception, which I think he is due for. The brother ain't thrown an interception in a very long time, and I'm just waiting. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like,
can I bet on that yet? Hold on, let's see if they got the props up.
Yeah. Like I feel like I've been like, damn, bro, you threw like 8 of them bitches when you was playing for the Browns. Like, throw one.
They don't have any interception. Don't have any props up yet on FanDuel. Maybe if I head over to DraftKings, maybe they'll have something. Stay tuned.
No, I think the injury status is why you don't have anything. So
That's fair.
you're gonna have to probably wait till Friday or Saturday till we get like a actual status with them. But yeah,
don't they know I'm a degenerate on the hunt?
But in all, like, I think that's going to be all it really like takes is like, hey, if the Bengals offense can't quite keep up, then there could be an issue there. But the Bengals offense looked good the last few weeks, so maybe I'm wrong here. But I'm going to take Chicago. I hope Chicago loses, by the way. I hope the Bengals do win this game because I want the Bengals to do everything possible to keep Zach Taylor. Okay. Like, I truly believe that he is holding that team back. And I don't want the Bengals to get an early draft pick and luck into another player like a Jamar Chase, So,
right now, top 5 pick, Q. Top 5 pick.
Top 5 pick, yeah. Can't have it. Can't have y'all getting Arvell Reese. Get the fuck out of here. No.
See, that shows you how little college ball. Who is that?
He just emerged this year. He's the edge. He's like the big edge prospect for this year out of Ohio State.
Okay.
Caleb Downs is there too. Yeah. Either way, a lot of good players coming out of college football this year. I don't need the Bengals getting, or like the Bengals hitting a lick because somebody want to trade up for a quarterback and they get like a bunch of first round picks from like Miami or some shit like that. Yeah. Nah, need y'all picking like 18th. So I hope I'm wrong here. I hope Cincinnati does win. That's what's best for business. But I do think that the Bears are going to win this one this week.
The other question that I have for this game is, I already said that Caleb Williams and all this, but is the running game. They have Swift and they have the other kid that I'm blanking his name.
Oh, Kyle Monangai from Rutgers.
Yes.
Kyle Monangai, yes,
Monangai.
Out of Rutgers. My guy. I was a big fan of him coming out. Everybody was like, he's slow. I'm like, he's quick.
I don't know who that is. Pretty sure I'll know who he is after this game.
He's like over the last 3 weeks, the Bears just randomly started using him a lot. He's been actually pretty okay.
Baby Kareem Hunt. That's who he is.
What happened to Roschon Johnson? What happened to him?
Who? Yeah. Roschon Johnson. He was like draft nerds' favorite fucking running back.
Yeah, he
was. He's kind of better than Bijan. Remember that?
He was Bijan. Everybody thought he was going to do his thing for the Bears. So now he's RB3.
He's still there. Yeah.
He's still there. He's returning kicks or some shit like that.
Yeah, they loved him. They loved him in the draft community. They was just like Roschon Johnson. The hot take was that, like you said, Q, he's gonna be better than Bijan. But yeah, doesn't look like.
Who's the other dude out of Florida? The draft community.
He's playing the Bengals
Cam
this week.
Akers.
Have a 40-yard run.
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers. The community loved him because they love running backs that could produce with shitty offensive lines. You know what I mean? Like that's like the draft scouts' kryptonite is like a running back that can produce behind a bad O-line.
I remember when after the Senior Bowl in 2023, Tajay Spears got a lot of love.
Tajay was good.
I did a feature on Tajay, so like I'm very biased towards hoping he does well.
Defense is so bad, you could start the other team. You could start Roschon Johnson this weekend. He might.
But so what I was gonna say is one of the things the Ravens did good. We made Chicago one-dimensional, right? DeAndre Swift had 11 carries, 45 yards. And then
that's not happening. That's not happening over here, buddy.
Which is what I was asking, because BJ Hill, I like, but then Shamar Stewart has not been good against the run.
We let Mike Pennell ask for his release, and we granted it to him, and he went. And
now he's a Chief again.
He went right back to the Chiefs. He had a conversation. I think Chris Jones said something about that they missed him, and the next thing I knew, he was a Chief.
Yeah. And then your linebackers have not been good.
Yeah, he's a nose tackle. Yeah. So yeah, good. Yeah, I don't know if we're stopping the run right now.
Goddamn, Mike Pennell's going to be making a play in the AFC Championship game that gets the Chiefs back to the Super Bowl again, and we're all going to have to blame Cincinnati. Yeah.
So, and then your two linebackers, the two rookies, right? Because they're not playing Wilson that much.
Which is weird. I think Wilson might be getting traded here soon because he sat out of practice twice this week. He sat out today, so I mean he's not hurt. So I don't know.
He requested a trade, right?
Deal or which I don't like. So some people were talking about that. Logan Wilson is probably still the best linebacker on this team. I don't know if it's a money thing where it's like, hey, the front office drafted two linebackers they want to see those guys and they want to move on from Logan Wilson because technically, like, he wasn't playing amazing, but these guys have been like missing tackles at like a crazy rate. So it's not like they're playing better than Logan Wilson. So to me, I think Logan Wilson is probably going to get traded, but I think
where the hell can I find missed tackle stats, by the way, for whatever reason?
I showed it last week.
They don't have them anymore, right? They only have like team. Because I think like there's like tackle percentage on Pro Football Focus, but like there's not really a lot.
Pro Football Reference. If you go to Pro
look
Football
at his PFR
Reference
page
and you go to the individual and you look at advanced defense, it'll tell you the number of missed tackles. It'll also give you the missed tackle rate.
All right, here, let me.
I've already looked it up. So I looked it up last night.
I'll look at Patrick Queen's missed tackle rate, and then I'll get back to you.
It was Demetrius Knight. It was Demetrius Knight and Jordan Battle. Both had like 12 missed tackles. And
wow. You know who is number one?
Geno Stone, I think.
I found it. All right, sick. Thank you.
Jordan Brooks from Miami.
Ooh. Oh, there you go.
53.
Jordan Brooks from Miami has the most missed tackles.
53.
And they got like 3
You're talking
years
about
of money.
career, Sonny, or are you talking about this season?
2025 season.
Nah, there's no. He's got that many.
The next one is 41. And it's a guy that I had
crazy,
never heard about
bro, because we're getting on like.
Let me tell you, it's a whole lot of not giving a fuck.
Paulson Adebo's number 2 in missed tackles.
Yeah, you know who the highest one for the Bengals is? This is from StatMuse, by the way. Dax Hill is number 1 with 35.
Nah, that's not right, bro. Don't trust
StatMuse. Yeah, the certain language on StatMuse like can get it messed up. I like it sometimes, but it can be a little bit.
You might as
you
well
gotta use Pro
Chat
Football
GPT.
Reference. Pro Football Reference has the right one.
I'm gonna ask Microsoft Copilot.
41 is crazy.
Copilot.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, who leads the league in missed tackles? I don't fucking know.
All right, I got you right here.
Look it up yourself.
It's Demetrius Knight. It's not surprising. It's Demetrius Knight. He's got 12 missed tackles. Some guy named Christian Roseboom from Carolina.
Christian Roseboom, used to be
Demetrius
around.
Knight, Jordan Battle are tied. They're all 3 tied for number 1 with 12 missed tackles.
Yeah, Christian
Devin
Roseboom
White.
is.
Devin
He's
White
still
has
in the
10.
league.
Geno Stone has 10. I mean, it's not surprising because the Bengals have like 85 missed tackles.
Where the hell's Devin White at?
Yeah.
Devin White is with the Raiders, bro. I had no idea he was there.
Sure. Why not?
That makes sense. Okay,
That's
so
crazy.
Fambo here has the. What do you guys think?
Oh,
I don't know. I think it's
probably
a toss-up.
probably Bengals. I'll say like 52-48.
What do you think, you?
Gotta be the Bengals, right?
Nah.
Well, unless the Bengals, no. The Bengals are so
Bengals
under
been
500 that they're not
very
showing up
negative.
anymore. It's gonna be like 60-40 Bears.
61-39 Bears.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know the peeps. You're a man of the people, Q.
Look, I knew it wasn't gonna be too high because nobody trusts the Bears either.
Ben Riley here says you misspelled Bengals. Yes, I did. Sorry about that. But I
Did
ain't
you spell
even
them
mad
like
at
Bengals?
at this point. I put what was it? I put Ben. I just flipped the G and the A.
Mm.
I don't know how you even
Apparently,
pronounce it.
J.C. Horn cannot tackle. 31.6% missed tackle rate. He leads the NFL.
Who's that?
Damn.
J.C. Horn, the corner from Carolina.
Well, that's not why they have him. So
I'm not gonna lie. He's been such a disappointment.
Oh, dude, I was such a big JC Horn guy
I was
too.
so big into JC Horn. And
Even
he
the name,
stinks.
like some dudes like have names where like, oh come on, he's got to be that's a good name. Some
And
dudes
it was
like look, man, Christian Roseboom's never gonna be an all pro, and half of it's because his name's Christian Roseboom. So like I subscribe to we talked about this before. If you got a cool name, you get like +5 attributes.
Well, who was the guy? Amoebus Peoples? Did he make a play like early in the season?
Yeah,
Where'd he go? Virginia Tech? I mean,
Yeah. He's in the Ravens.
Your boy Darius
Yeah.
Slay is up on this list, Jared.
I mean, look, Darius Slay used to be good.
Dude, the whole Steelers secondary is on that fucking missed tackle list from last week alone. Did you watch that shit? That shit was nasty.
It's not good.
It was like watching a wrestling match where it's like the APA wrestling some jobbers. They just tagging it. All right, get your ass beat this time.
Yeah, like
Juan Thornhill. Oh.
Juan Thornhill wasn't even just like missing tackles. He went tits over tea kettle, diving for a pass to break up over the top, and like he's like literally like doing a swanton trying to break up a pass that Christian Watson's holding still to catch. It's like, brother, It's cover one. Why are you playing down near the box? Of course, Christian Watson's going to beat you to the spot. It's so annoying.
But
Hey, look, Kansas City ain't taking back for a reason.
This is true.
Hey, so one thing with Demetrius Knight, because that was our high draft pick. I never understood. I mean, the whole point was supposed to be he was a short tackler.
He
And he's a short tackler. He was older, but he was a short tackle. And you can
There are some skill sets that don't translate.
People were complaining about Pratt, and I'm like, yeah, dog, I would probably keep Jermaine Pratt since he was top 5 in total tackles. I understand. Like, they were complaining about Jermaine Pratt and his 11% missed tackle rate. Demetrius Knight's is like, it's crazy. I can't remember the exact number. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's 16. It's 16%. They were like, had pitchforks out, get Pratt out of here, all of that. Yeah, dog. Sometimes you just gotta let stuff play out. And if you confirm that Jermaine Pratt is indeed trash, then you throw Demetrius Knight in there. You don't pull the plug on Pratt and then throw a rookie in there and just expect that you're gonna do better, because the Bengals have done that before.
He had 2 rookies because he also had Carter.
Russell Bodine, he was horrible at center, and we were like, "Oh, it can't be worse." They threw Billy Price in there, dog. They threw Billy Price in there, dog, and it got worse. Jared,
explain number 15 on this missed tackle percentage list. Your boy, Nick Herbig, 20% missed tackles.
I did see that.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
20% is crazy.
Your boy.
He finishes sacks. That's all I care about. I don't need Nick Herbig making tackles downfield. That ain't his fucking job. He forces fumbles and gets sacks. Get him on the field.
You know who's here in the list also? Roquan.
He's at the top of it, though. He don't miss tackles, do he?
8%. 8%.
Hey,
I was about to say, well, if Roquan does anything, he's a short tackler. You know what I mean?
He's number 230th.
Yeah, but to say, it's the question with Roquan isn't if he's going to make the tackle. When he gets you, he gets you. It's just you are 5 yards downfield by the time he touches you. And that's the Roquan.
Last game he was really good. But anyway, let's move to
Marlon
the next.
on there though. Your boy Marlon.
Marlon has not had a great year this year. And every statistical point, I think maybe he has a pick. Anyway, let's move to the Steelers. They're playing.
Schlesinger, 5.9%. And he leads the league in tackle attempts.
Yeah,
great player.
You guys need it. You guys need it. I'm a big fan of Schlesinger.
That guy's good.
I know. I wanted us to get him in the second round, but you got Demary. Anyway, Steelers, Colts coming hot. Jared, they lost their first game of the year. They haven't lost, right? Is that right? Or was
no, they haven't lost since week 4 against the Rams. Yeah, they've one loss. It was against the Rams.
This Colt team, this is the thing that worries me or gives me hope, however you want to see it, right? On this game, it's called Mr. Taylor. Y'all had not. This is such weird thing to say, but not good against the run.
You know what? I'm kind of tired of hearing that from people. I mean, nothing against you, Sonny, but like everybody, it feels like when people who aren't Steelers fans like talk about the Steelers, like, oh, Steelers football, running the ball, stopping the run. The Steelers haven't been good at stopping the run consistently for like 6 years.
Yes, I agree.
And they haven't been great. I mean, they are very good at running the ball now, but like for a long time, like for a decade, that wasn't what they did. It was Ben launching missiles. Like it's so like annoying.
45 pass attempps, 50 pass attempts. Ben.
Well, since Le'Veon, you guys have
it was good with Le'Veon though. Le'Veon was
Le'Veon was great.
Hey,
but even then, that wasn't what
formation Le'Veon was getting that bitch out of.
Right.
Yeah,
the gun. He was never getting it.
It's just so annoying. Like even now, like when you hear like a CBS broadcast, they're like, they need to get back to Steeler football, running the ball, shut the fuck up. Like Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, especially like when you're throwing the ball, it's like kind of effective. Like I just don't see why Pittsburgh's going away from the run here.
I just hate like such stereotypical tropes like that in any game, not just Steeler games, but like people will give like their keys to victory and it's so bland. I'm like, all right, dude, yeah, I could have said that. Fuck. So it is annoying.
Putting out the Magic Johnson tweets.
Yeah,
you see that tweet? It was like, hey,
I did.
Both teams are tied at 2-2. That means to me that game 5 is going to be pivotal for the World Series. And I'm like, that's all Magic had to say, huh?
It's like that old NFL Live clip of like Trent Dilfer talking or whatever. Like, you can't win if you lose. I'm like, thanks, Trent. No wonder UAB fired your ass, you fucking idiot. Jesus.
What did Mike Tomlin say? It was like, the problem is we need to be better. And I'm like, oh yeah, see, that's the problem. We ain't better.
This is a football genius right here.
So my
Just figured it
question
out.
here, Jared, is
Mhm.
yes, you guys have not been good against the run, but Jonathan Taylor has been exceptional this
Yeah,
year.
he's a problem.
And my
Ooh.
question that I have here defensively is, are the Steelers going to just try to just bottle the run, put everybody there, and make Jones beat them? But the problem that I have, how the Steelers usually play this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they play a lot of man. And I can see then Mr. Daniel
I
Jones
already bet the
getting
overs
out.
on his rushing yards. It's like 13
Right,
yards right now.
yeah, like Daniel Jones can leak out and run, and the corners will not know what's happening because they're back behind the right. So that's what I'm thinking. Pat Queen, I think
It's
this
a
is the
lot
game
of
that he.
like, my bad.
No, go ahead.
It's a lot of cover one too, like cover one, cover three, like a lot of middle field open
It's
that
so
the Steelers
annoying.
are going to run.
Yeah.
But you think they do that against this team? That's what they do.
That's all they do,
that
man.
against literally,
they
Joe
play-
Flacco
they haven't
scouting report
changed.
said, this is literally like Joe Flacco scouting report said, hey man, don't do this one thing. And the Steelers did that one thing the whole fucking game.
But if they
They're
do cover three,
not
Jonathan-
doing it.
Jonathan Taylor's kind of scorched them.
They
They
do the same
didn't
thing.
care. They let Jamar Chase get 22 receptions off. Like, and they didn't change. They got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase got the reception 32, and they didn't change a single fucking thing on
Yeah,
defense.
they play a lot of cover 3 drop where it's, hey, keep the person in front of you and tackle them at the point of the catch. And it doesn't work because they can't tackle.
And then you heard Mike Tomlin's whole thing about like, oh yeah, well, do you want to get out of that? They basically asked, it was like, no, we just got to get more pressure.
Dude,
Like, oh, fuck.
in his presser, they were like, oh, you're going to, change, what you're doing schematically. He's like, no, we got to keep doing what we do. Just do it better. I'm like, all right, Mike, whatever, dude. They play man about 39% of the time. They play zone 61% of the time. Just wanted to get the numbers in front of me. And yeah, most of it is that cover 1, the cover 3 drop. Anytime teams go like condensed split, they'll do a lot of that cover 1, only one high safety, and they get beaten in a lot. They got beaten against the Jets. They got beat with it against Seattle, and it was the same concept where the Jets ran deep crossers against cover 1, and Garrett Wilson had the long touchdown. The next week, the Seahawks ran deep crossers against cover 1. Torrey Horton had a long touchdown. But their biggest issue, which has been exposed over the last couple of weeks, is that opponents can neutralize the pass rush by getting the ball out quickly, because the Steelers play a lot of off zone, which is they're sitting back near the sticks, and Joe Flacco, Jordan Love, just like, yeah, we're just going to get the ball out in, 2.3 seconds, neutralize any pass rush issue, and let our guys make plays after the catch, because the Steelers can't tackle. Now, Jordan Love had a couple over-the-top plays against Pittsburgh. The biggest one, though, came against cover 1, where Juan Thornhill was cheating up, and he got the ball to Christian Watson. The other one was just a heave up and a prayer, 15 yards downfield to Tucker Kraft, and he ran an extra 40 yards with it. So getting beat underneath is something that teams have figured out that they can do. And until the Steelers adjust to it, I don't expect that to be any different this week, especially because Shane Steichen offenses have kicked the hell out of Mike Tomlin over the last couple of years. So every
He
metric,
was underrated coming into this season as a coach.
Dude,
I gotta give
yeah,
him
Shane
that.
Steichen's awesome. He's very good. Every metric, every stat, every matchup says the Colts are going to win this game. I think the Steelers are going to win. I don't know why. For some reason,
I like it.
The vibes.
they shouldn't. They should not
This
win.
is how I got the Bengals game right last week.
Vibes.
Just hey, vibes.
In 2022, the Steelers were 1-4. They were going into a game against the Brady Bucks. And everybody was like, oh God, they're going to be 1-5 for whatever reason. I mean, I remember having this exact same feeling going into that. It's like, yeah, they're going to win. They shouldn't. There's no reason that they should. They're worse. They are the worst team. They'll win because that's what they do. So I think they're going to win. I think they'll put up a lot of points because the offense is good. They'll be able to run the ball. That's where their biggest matchup is, because they're 5th in success rate to get running the ball, and the Colts are 17th in EPA against the run. So they could have an advantage in running the ball. If they play the time possession game, keep the Colts offense off the field, that is a good advantage for them to have. So Every metric says that they should lose. I think that this is just one of those random ass games that they win for no reason.
Jared, this is a
Jared,
question
it's
for
that-
you.
Oh,
Go ahead, Q. Go ahead, Q.
yeah, Jared, this is that like classic. The feeling we get is that classic like old WWE 50-50 booking. This is what we're feeling right here because we're like, oh, the Steelers are so low. This is when Santino rolls up like Dolph
God.
Ziggler and gets a big win so he can just be justified being on the pay-per-view.
Right.
This is exactly what we're feeling. We're feeling that 50-50 booking. Like it's too low for Pittsburgh. The guy who he's wrestling the day before put the championship up in the air. You're like, all right, man, Daniel's not winning this fucking week, right? Like he's dropping the belt Sunday. This is exactly the feeling.
Yeah, very much. By the way, they're 6th in rush success rate of the Steelers offensively, not 5th. So my bad on that. But even then, they do have an advantage there against the Colts defense that you can beat in the run, and I think that's going to be something that they look to do. And even like when it comes to the pass, like the Steelers haven't been horrible. They're 12th in EPA per dropback right now. So offensively, like I've said it for the last couple of weeks, offense is legitimately good, which is makes me very happy. But defensively, they are last in the NFL in passing yards per game, 32 out of 32 when it comes to passing yards per game. They've allowed damn near 1,000 yards over the last 2 weeks of total defense. It's not good. Sorry, we did have a super chat. I wanted to.
No, that's fine. I just think this is the wrong name. Is Casey Hampton? This is
Yeah, no, I think he means Cam Hayward.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Whoa,
I mean,
whoa.
Casey
How
Hampton.
did he-
I don't know how you confused that. Casey Hampton, yeah, I mean, he's probably washed. He's been retired for a good bit now.
He played for a while though, right? Didn't
Yeah,
he
he
play
did.
up in the
First round pick in 02, I
Damn.
think. He was
Also,
there for a
There's
little bit.
kids in the NFL right now in their third year that was born in 02.
Pretty wild.
So do you
We got
think
NBA
Hayward's
rookies
washed?
next year that are going to be born in like 2008.
Ooh, stop. Stop.
18-year-olds that are one and done. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's how old an 18-year-old is. It's 2008.
And next year in the NBA
Yeah.
draft, yeah, some of them will be probably 2008 babies.
crazy.
Or maybe 2007 for
Most
sure.
people Never have seen
That's,
LeBron.
you was born when HD TV was widely adopted. like you have never known anything outside of LCD in your life.
You've never had like a TV with a big ass box on the back of it when you were a kid.
All you've known is capacitive touchscreens. You don't remember when you needed a stylus to use your Samsung Instinct.
That is
Like-
absurd.
But what do you think about
Oh.
Hayward? Is he watch?
I need
he
a
hasn't
second.
he hasn't been an impact player this year. So
But he got extra money for that.
I'm really happy. Like I said on Tuesday, really happy that he's able to take care of his family now. Really happy that he's able to do that. I know he was really contemplating if he was going to be able to, but they gave him that little extra bonus bump or whatever the hell it was. Now he's all right. Yeah.
Hey, does the NFL give you a 401k match?
I don't know what their pension.
They
plan-
do. They do.
You have to be in the league for a certain amount of for
And then
a
you
certain
get a
amount of time to
pension.
get a pension.
You get a pension? Do you
I
get a
think it's 10,
401k
if you're in the
match?
league for 10 years, you get a pension.
Could you imagine like a 10% 401k match for an
That would be
NFL player?
wild.
Ooh. These are questions we need to ask. Like,
We'll have to get somebody on here who's in the league for at
The-
least a
the
decade,
monthly-
or at least a
you
Yeah,
while.
gotta
to
ask
have a
somebody who used to play.
We've got to talk to somebody.
3,600. That's the monthly pension, but it's a pension. It's not a match.
Oh,
or
it's not
anything.
they don't do a match. That makes sense. I mean, it's an amount of money where it wouldn't make sense for a match. For
Still,
at least the
3,600 a
company.
month, like that's fine. Plus,
If-
like all the money you had, hopefully you saved a lot of it and you got it tucked away. That's pretty good.
That's if you play 5 years, and that's a
5 years,
55
all right, that's fair.
At 55 years old, you get.
I
a
have so much
3,600.
respect for the guys who like get to the NFL and drive the same car that they had in college until it dies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
no,
Eckler-
this camera's
Eckler does
gonna be-
Okay, Ace, what do you think is this game?
Yeah, I think that I might be the only one on this. I still don't believe in the Colts, man. Daniel Jones has to turn into a pumpkin at some point. I think that they're good. I just don't think they're this good. Like what their record is, them looking like a top tier AFC team right now. Like they would probably be like what, the number 1 or number 2 seed, number 1 seed.
Number
They would be
one.
the number 1 seed right now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Why?
not. I'm getting Tennessee Titan vibes with that, where it
Mm.
was like they were the number 1 seed, but they weren't really like that. This is the last time that I'm going to pick against them because I think if they do come out here and they just kill the Steelers, and I'll be like, okay, maybe I was wrong. I just
It's in
can't see it
Pittsburgh too.
happening.
It is in Pittsburgh,
And the thing about
which hasn't meant shit this year, but
right,
that's okay.
Lou is doing a great job. But when you look at the numbers, this does look like a Lou defense. Like, he's going to give up the yards. He's giving those yards up. It's the scoring that he's not allowing. So it's kind of a bend but don't break defense. And so I think, if Aaron Rodgers is able to break that defense, they'll be able to score against a Lou Anarumo defense. And so then it comes down to Daniel Jones versus Aaron Rodgers. I'm still going with Aaron Rodgers at this stage in his career. I think that the Steelers, I just can't see them crumbling at this point. It's just too early for me to feel like the Steelers are just going to fall apart at the seams right now. This just feels to me off of the vibes that Steelers got to win this game. Like, I'm just going off the vibes with this one. I just feel like the Steelers will be able to pull this one out.
So, got an update to our conversation, our financial conversation here. There is a 401k match in the NFL for players who have accredited 2 seasons in the league. It's a 2 for $1 policy with a maximum contribution reaching $34,000. In 2024-25, it goes up to about 36, 38. So it goes up $2,000 every year, but they'll match about 35 grand. Well, is mine? Yeah, 35,000, not 35 grand, but 35,000 every year.
Damn.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Wish I had
Okay,
those.
Q. What is your pick?
You said you wish you had one of those.
I'll take a little job in the league for a few years and get that match. Yeah.
Get that match. Yeah, that's a good match. I'm like,
It is. Yeah.
People don't be taking advantage of their 401k match. And it's like, it's probably the best benefit you fucking got because nobody uses it. But yeah, we're talking about the Colts and the Steelers.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta go with Jared here, man. I'm using straight up WWE logic here. I'm sorry. If you wanted me to use real analysis, look, man, Daniel Jones is not this fucking good. There's just no way. Okay, I respect Shane Steichen. I respect Jonathan Taylor, but God damn it, that's still Daniel Jones. I even joked about him being Ryan Tannehill last offseason, and everybody was like, "No, that's fucking ridiculous." And I agreed. I had the thought, and I felt stupid for having the thought. There's no way this is what that is. I refuse to believe this is what that is. The Steelers collapse. It's also too early. This is like the little mini collapse. So what's up by the time we get to Thanksgiving. But they're not about to go under 500 now. No. They're absolutely going to pull this one out their ass. And then Jared, get ready for it. The Rich Eisen show the next day. This is why Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches in the NFL. Just when you count him out, he proves to you that he's just unfireable.
I don't need to listen to any of that.
Yeah, you're gonna get the whole Rich Eisen speech, buddy. Yeah. This just feels like, Daniel Jones. He had a bad game all season.
Not really. He's been pretty foolproof so far.
It's happening. Yeah. I'm what's this one scene for The Big Short? It's a bubble. There's a bubble. We're calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. There's no way that this Indianapolis Colts thing is actually going to happen. We are going to know by the end of the season that this is at best the Minnesota Vikings from last year. I can't buy it. I don't believe it. I hope I'm wrong because, I love to see Pittsburgh take a embarrassing L whenever I can. But, man, Daniel Jones, man, where's this game at? Is this game in Indy?
No, it's in Pittsburgh.
Nah.
In Pittsburgh.
I mean, look, to be fair, games in Pittsburgh haven't meant anything this year. They've only won 1 game at home so far.
How's the weather supposed to be? Nasty or good? Because
it's been gloomy and gray here, that's my cup of tea. So I would expect it to be pretty similar to that. Let me look. I'll get a weather report here. Let me pull it up. What's Pittsburgh supposed to look like on Sunday?
He didn't even know it was going to be gloomy and gray. He was hoping for gloomy and gray.
It's cloudy, high of 53 on Sunday.
All right.
I think, look, I might be the lone wolf. I just think because Steelers cannot stop the run, and Jonathan Taylor's going
No,
insane
Sonny,
this
you're
year.
using logic. You're using logic and reasoning and analysis, and you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. We are not.
You're just going on vibes.
Look, you are using that AWS. You are using information and data. You are correct. Okay, none of us are debating whether your process is correct. You are correct. We're just like, nah, sometimes football's stupid, and this is one of those times we think football gonna do the stupid.
By the way, Daniel Jones on the year, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, passer rating 109.5.
So you're saying, Jared, this is one of those games that the Steelers get the turnover margin and favor their side.
I mean, eventually they got to have one. Daniel Jones hasn't thrown an interception since September 28th. I'm sorry, October 12th. October 12th. He has one. Sorry, never mind. He's October 12th. My apologies. Okay. My apologies.
When's the last time he's had a multiple turnover game?
September 28th.
Okay, come on. He's due. He's fucking due. Okay,
so there you
he's due to remind us that is Daniel Jones. And the other shoe's dropping. Like I'm
picking the Colts. Nah. By the way, I did not pick anybody on the Bengals Braves game, but I'm actually going to pick the Bengals in that game because I did see Caleb Williams last week, and I'm not believing no Caleb Williams. I understand the defense of the Bengals is down, but I think the offense is too strong for. I actually think they win by at least a touchdown. But in
this
the
is going
Steelers,
to be the game that the Colts drop, and then they beat the Chiefs, and they have that high, and it's like, oh, at this moment.
Oh, Lord.
They had reached their peak, and then it just downhill from there.
They play the Falcons after this, and they'll beat the holy hell out of Atlanta. Yeah. And then they play the Chiefs. Then they got Houston, Jacksonville, Seattle. That'll be a fun game. San Francisco, that'll be interesting, and then Jacksonville, Houston to close out the year.
Now, this thing, where are they at right now? Fucking 7-1.
7-1.
Yeah.
They're dropping this game.
I thought they were going to be a top 5 pick.
That game against Kansas City, probably for the 1 seed at the end of the day.
See, this is just conversations that are ridiculous, man. Like, no, this Colts season ends at like 11 wins max. Like, they're going to have
I think they're getting more than that. I think they'll be 12-13. I think they'll be the 2. I think it'll be Kansas City, Indy, Buffalo/New England, whoever the hell wins the North.
Oh, you already conceded that one.
Again, Jared, you're making sense here, and I can't argue with you on any basis of logic. I'm just saying, dog, Daniel Jones.
I had them going top 5 pick this
year. The worst possible, I shouldn't say the worst possible outcome, but there is a bad outcome. Like the Steelers could win the division, obviously, and then they're the 4 seed. But then New England's the 5 seed. Drake May just comes in and rips them a new asshole on defense and beats them at home. There is a world where that happens.
Or Josh Allen, but that you
or Josh Allen, yeah. If the Patriots win,
you would like it. You would like that.
No, it needs to be the Patriots because 1, that'll just sting more for Steeler fans, and 2, they are going to talk themselves into thinking they could beat them because they beat them at home.
They already beat them, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, we beat them at home. The curse is over. It's like, no, it's not. you could beat a team at home and not end the curse. I fucking know. Okay.
By the way, I said it on Tuesday. My Drake May prediction. I mean, it is looking fucking flawless right now. Again, I'm not going to act like I'm the only one who thought Drake May would be good, but I did say, I wrote this, at the end of this season, we would be saying there would be a consensus that Drake May is better than Justin Herbert. And yeah, I think we're on our way there.
Okay. With that, we'll finish this podcast. Thursday night tonight, Ravens play, and then on Sunday, the other 2 teams play.
Mitchell.
Browns on a bye. Make sure you sub and hit the bell. Also, comment who you have this week. Until next Tuesday.
And while you're at it, go over to FanDuel and bet Keaton Mitchell 30+ yards and a touchdown. It's plus 12.55 if you do it.
30+ yards and a touchdown?
Yeah, 10 to win or 15 to win 200.
Touchdown's going to beat your ass. Like, when is he getting the touchdown?
No. I did the 30 yards by itself, and then I did a separate thing with the touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah, so you chose the touchdown part. Okay.
Yeah.